you have ever said, girl, now why did they do that? Then you're in the right place. Welcome to Hear Me Out with Karina Sorrell. I'm Karina Sorrell. Welcome back. Welcome back. So today's topic, I kind of thought about it maybe during the week and I was like, what is something that I can talk about? One thing I do want to talk about is how life is life in. I never thought in my 20s that life would be so hard. Why is it so hard? I just think that it's just so ghetto that when I decide to get grown and up in age, life just wanted to hit me like a ton of bricks, right? Because I never thought, like, when you're younger, you don't think, oh, bills, yay. You think, oh, I'm grown and I can do whatever I want to do. If I want to leave the house at 12 o'clock in the morning, I can do that. Who's going to stop me, right? But yeah, no, there's a total downside about growing up that people don't tell you. And so when I look at like my nieces and nephews, especially like the older ones that I have, and they're like pretty much like saying like, oh, I can't wait to be adult. I'm like, child, you don't want these problems. You do not want to struggle. I am the type of person where I like to help people prevent the trauma that I went through. So I'm like, no, baby, no, because life is hard. First off, let's talk about rent, right? Now, growing up, people would be like, oh, like my rent's like $700, $800, right? How in the hell do we go from 700 to like 14? I'm sorry, I'm not paying $1,400 for a one bedroom. Like at that point, I was just talking to my mom about this actually. At that point, I might as well just shack up with somebody because me and my mama at this point, me and my mom, we must be roommates. Okay, because $1,400 in Austin gets you like 500 square feet. Who is no, I'm not doing that. Like right now, I personally think that that is a scam. People are scamming, okay? And then you look at these people who are like roommates and stuff like that, and they're paying like $600, $700. And it's just like, no. Why would I want to do that either? Speaking of roommates, right now I have roommates. And let me tell you, the tea. Okay, so I have this one roommate, right? She doesn't speak not a lick of English. Nothing's wrong with that, right? But normally when they pair you with people, they normally ask you like your dislikes, your likes, how you like live. I don't know what was wrong with their system when I filled out my form, but they matched me with people that have completely different lives than I do, right? For one, I have this roommate who likes to keep the thermostat in the summertime, in Austin, mind you, at like 70 degrees. Normally, that wouldn't be bad, right? Except, like, our apartment or just our unit, just in general, doesn't distribute the air, like, evenly. So as I'm in here burning up, she's in her room freezing. So we literally have to play like tag with the thermostat. Because me, I'm the type of person, I want it cold, okay? I want to be shaking underneath the cover. Because I don't like being hot. I don't like that feeling of heat rising from my body, if that makes sense. So we literally I like every time I go in the hallway because that's where the thermostat is, and the thermostat is sitting on 70, it immediately pisses me off. Cause I'm like, girl, if you don't put on a damn jacket, a hoodie, I literally would give you. I have like a fleece kind of onesie. I will give you that. Okay, don't touch this thermostat. Okay, another thing about sharing roommates is everybody's not as clean as you. Like I have this one roommate, and I don't know is it the lady who doesn't speak English or what, but one of them is washing their dishes with Comet, and it's just like, Cause there's no reason for Comet to be in the kitchen, right? No reason, right? But so I go in there to like wash something, and it's this bowl full of, I don't know what she has in this bowl, but it's like water and a sponge, and it's like a powdery substance in there. And I'm like, well, that's not mine, so I don't really care. And I just happened to look over, and it's Comet, like the can of Comet. And I'm like, I know she's not washing her dishes with bathroom cleaner. What in the heck? Okay. I'm not even gonna get into that because I personally don't know. Does she not know that that's bathroom cleaner? Like I really don't know. Okay, and I'm not trying to find out either. Then I have this one roommate. Yo, me and this girl. Not necessarily we are beefing per se, because it's definitely a one-sided beef, and it's more so me beefing with myself at this point. But it's this girl who she has literally taken over our balcony, right? And it's not just like her furniture. Well, it is her furniture, but she just doesn't have furniture on the balcony. Oh no. That wouldn't be normal, right? This girl has like this whole setup to where she has like this block of wood and some kind of like furniture thing that's like blocking the sun, because our apartments is like directly how the sun like faces, like when it rises and stuff. So she has, I can't even explain how janky our balcony looks, right? And I have asked her like multiple times, like, girl, that looks so ghetto. Like, and nobody else can go out there because literally all of her stuff is out there. Like, all of her stuff. Like, one time I tried to have a therapy appointment, and there was like cigarette stuff, like dirty paper towels, all kinds of stuff out there. And I'm like messaging. She even had a broken chair out there. Like, she had like 3 chairs, and one of them was broken. And then so I'm like, girl, you need to clean that up because other people want to use said balcony, right? And she's just like, well, what's wrong with it? Girl, that's not normal. Like, I told her, if you go look past everybody else's balcony, they don't look like that. And what I'm really surprised is that they let her keep the balcony looking like that, because I thought that was considered like a fire hazard, in my opinion. Like, because even when because I've stayed by myself in multiple different apartments, but even when I stayed in my other apartment, they didn't let you have your balcony like that. Granted, they told us like it's a fire hazard. Like, you can't even have like your bed like propped in front of your window because it's a fire hazard, right? But that's neither here nor there. Like, it's truly none of my business, because to be fair, she does have the smallest room in the unit, which is fair, I guess. But it's just like common areas. I don't know why I said that word like that. But common areas are supposed to be for everybody. I hate to be that type of person, but I don't even really leave my room, so I don't even know why I care. It's just frustrating. Like, sharing like living situations are very frustrating, is because you have so many people with so many different personalities. Personally, me, I just say what I gotta say and then just leave it at that, because I'm not about to sit here and argue with no grown woman over a fucking balcony. Because if I really wanted the shit gone, I would have threw the shit away, honestly. In that order. Also, another thing that's like really hard in your 20s that I would have never expected is making friends. Like, me, like I said, I'm perfect. Perfect and wonderfully made, right? So in my head, I'm thinking with my personality and just how not necessarily outgoing I am. I'm not really that outgoing, but how, how I'm a good friend to other people, I would at least think that I would have like 20 to 30 friends, right? No. People do not fool with me like that. Well, I take that back. I don't fool with people like that. And I think the reason why is because not because I'm more so consumed with my own self, but more because I don't like to bother other people. So it's just like, for me, it's like, I'll text you every once in a while, but like, if I feel like I'm having to carry the conversation every time we're on the phone, I'm not talking to you. If I feel like I'm doing majority of the lifting as far as like checking in on you, making sure you ate, giving you money, I feel like if I'm doing majority of that, then we're not friends. I'm just your second mama, and I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Um, I've tried to make friends in Austin. Let me tell you, child, the people in Austin are weird. Like, I have never met people who are very inconsistent. Like, I know there's inconsistent people everywhere, but the people in Austin, child, I'm gonna give you guys some examples. I had this friend, right? Now, she was the type of friend where I was doing majority of the lifting, right? I was majority of the friend that was doing majority of everything. She was staying with me. Actually, her and her raggedy ass boyfriend was staying with me, and we got along for the most part. You know what I'm saying? She would ask me for advice. I would give her advice. She would never take said advice. Like, every time we would sit down, she would always bring up like, "Oh, do you think that he's cheating on me? Do you think that this? Do you?" And I'm like, "Girl, if you got to ask all these questions, then obviously he is cheating on you, right?" I remember this one in particular moment that I was just like, "Yeah, no." So she had came over one day, and I don't know, they had got into a fight or something, right? Now, mind you, she was staying with him. But the thing was, she could have stayed with her parents too. But the thing was, her dad didn't like him. But her mom, I think to this day, her mom had like low key had a crush on him, in my opinion. That's neither here nor there. So she came over, and so for whatever reason, he dropped off her stuff at my house. And I'm just like, so we're going through her stuff, and she's just like crying, and she's like, you know, we've been together for so long, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, girl, you don't have to be with him. Like, you can literally move on if you really wanted to. And the thing was, she was trying to move on, but like every time that she would try to move on, he just constantly kept popping up. Now, me personally, there's only so many times I'm gonna allow you to do that before I'm like, swerve, no. But no, this girl could not get enough of this man. Okay, I'm talking about, he literally was a horrible human being to her, mind you. Like, he had leaked her nudes one time. They had like a literal high speed chase because she was trying to get her stuff out of his trunk, and he would let her. I remember this one time he had choked her out right in front of me, choked her out, or attempted to. And she had asked me to ask my boyfriend at the time to go outside and get her stuff. And he was like, he didn't want to be in it, right? And I'm like, fair enough. So I go outside, right? Because mind you, it's 3 a.m, okay? And so I'm like, hey, she just wants her stuff. Like, I'm not like mad at you for like choking her out, because that's between you and her. And she said some out of pocket stuff to him. I'm not even gonna hold you. But that was neither here nor there. That was literally none of my business. So he's in the car crying. And I'm like, why are you crying? The fuck? But anyways, so she comes out and she's yelling at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, why did you come out here? Like, what was the purpose? What was the reason? And she would do stuff like that all the time, right? And so she's at the back of the trunk trying to open the trunk, and she's like telling him to pop the trunk, and I'm like, I got my arm in this man's car in the passenger side window, because I'm like, please don't drive off, right? Because he was gonna drive off, and he's like, the trunk is popped. And I'm like, he says the trunk is popped. And she's like, it's not. So then I walk back there, right? Because he's like, if I don't get my hand on his car, he's going to pull off. And I'm like, no, the hell, no, you're not. You're not going to pull off. Okay. So as immediately as I'm like walking to the back of the trunk, he takes off. So we're just standing out there. And I'm just like, that was so dumb. Partially it was dumb on me because why did I do that? But yeah, they ended up later on having a high speed chase. And yeah, yep. She was just one of those friends that she wasn't really dependable. Not only was she not dependable, she was a traitor. She was a traitor. Let me tell you what she did. So, in the midst of them breaking up at one point, right? I had told her, because I was going through something of my own, I said, hey, well, while I'm not there, you can stay there, but he can't be there. She said, okay, cool, fine, whatever. So, as I'm doing my daily things that I do, trying to get out here and get this money, this girl lets him over there. And literally the only reason why I found out he was over there because of the cameras I had in my house, right? So I go and I confront her because I'm like, dude, did you just not hear what I just said? Don't let him over here. And she's like, yeah, I'm sorry. Da, da, da. He just didn't have anywhere to go. And I'm like, you about to have not nowhere to go if you let this man back in my house again. So then, right, so later on, I had saw that she had unplugged the cameras. Well, the cameras wasn't plugged in. So I had messaged her and I said, hey, the cameras are unplugged. And she was like, well, why do you need the cameras plugged in? Are you trying to watch me? Like, I'm not letting him in here. And I'm like, girl, I just want my cameras plugged in. It doesn't have to do with anything about you being in the house or anything about him being there. It's just, I want my cameras plugged in. And she was like, just snapping on me, right? She literally went off on me, right? So I'm like, okay. So then she was like, she was leaving. So I was like, okay, fine. I was helping you. I was doing you a fucking favor. The fuck? So then later on, right? Her boyfriend, whatever the boy was to her at the time, her boyfriend comes. And I don't even know why I'm protecting this man's identity, because it's always a fucking Tonio, okay? Fuck him with his raggedy ass. So he comes back, right? And I had somebody over there. It was a dude. And he kicked in my back door. So then I asked her later on, I was like, hey, are you going to pay to get the back door fixed? And she was like, no, I wasn't over there. And I'm like, dude, I was like, girl, the dude wouldn't have been over there if you didn't invite him over there. Like, and she's like, oh, well, that has nothing to do with me and blah, blah, blah. And I really wanted to bang her upside the head. Like, I really, really wanted to bang her upside the head. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to let you have it. Because at this point, if I continue to allow you in my life, I'm going to be the one in handcuffs because you keep playing with me. Like, that's one thing I would never understand about these girls in Austin in particular. They be playing with my gangster. Okay. I be like real cool, real nice to these hoes. Okay. And they just keep playing with me. But yeah, no, sorry. The street in me came out. My bad. But yeah, no, that's one thing that's hard in your 20s. And not only that, work. Okay, when I was younger, I was a workaholic. But as I got older, I've also realized I don't like working. I do not like working. And it's not like, oh, every so often I'm like, oh, I hate this job. It's like every single day. I'm like, how can I figure out a way to get out of going to work? Because one thing about it, and two things for sure, I'm gonna find a way not to go to work. Okay, I have literally become that person. If I just feel an inkling like I don't want to go somewhere, I don't go. Okay, if I just have a thought like, dang, I really don't want to go there, or dang, I really don't want to do that, I will come up with any excuse. My toenail fell off and I can't go. Because my thing is, I actually, when I go out, I want to enjoy myself, right? And I can't enjoy myself with me having this thought in the back of my head, like, dang, I'm ready to go. Or me looking at my watch every time and like, oh, I got like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. No. Because then it's not enjoyable for me. And it's definitely not going to be enjoyable for you because I'm going to complain the whole time that I'm there. No. Honestly, when people ask me to go do stuff, I have to think like, do I really want to do this? Right? Like it has to be something that one I've never done before, or two, something that I really, really like. And there's only a slim few of things that I like to do because I don't like hiking. Okay. I don't want to be in your runners club. Okay. I don't want to go to the park. I don't want to go swimming because I can't swim. Okay. No. There's just certain things that I'm not doing. Like I was in this Facebook group, still in the Facebook group, by the way. And it's for like this all female group of like friends, right? And the last event that I went to that they had was like back in 2024, 2025. No, it was 2024 because it was right before like my health issue thing. And they were at this outside it was a little cute place. I think it was like downtown maybe. And one, I had my hair out, like my natural hair out, and it was straightened. Mind you, I don't have no perm. So we're outside and I'm like, the sun is out, mind you, and I'm feeling rain droplets. And I'm like, what is that? And they're like, oh, it's like they're sprinklers. And I'm like, my hair is about to, I was so ready to go. After I felt the little tiny little rain droplets, I'm like, it's time for me to go. And we were sitting outside and it was so hot. And I told y'all I don't like the outdoors. And yeah, I mean, it was cute. The place was cute. The girls were fun. It wasn't necessarily anything that people did necessarily that I didn't like. It was just more like, dang, I really hate being outdoors. I really hate this. Like, even when I'm in Alabama, right? And my mom is like, oh, let's go sit outside. No. I don't want to do that. Okay. No. I personally do not like the outdoors. I'm not going camping. I'm not going fishing. I'm not going hiking. I'm not doing any of that. Okay. I'm an in girls girl through and through. Like, let's go get our nails did. Or let's go to a museum or the movies, or I'm trying to think of something else that I like to do. Anything else, literally anything else, don't take me outside because I'm not going. Speaking of outside, this reminded me of something because we was talking about, the females in Austin and how weird they are. The men ain't no better. Okay. Now, a lot of the men that I run into, they're not from here, so I can't really blame it on Austin men just in general. But nonetheless, they're still weird. Like, I'm gonna tell you some of the stuff that they do in Austin here that are weird that when I moved here, I never thought that I would ever see, right? First off, Austin's homeless population is crazy. Like, that goes back to the rent because who wants to pay $1,400 in rent? Like, be so for real. And then what really makes me upset with Austin is they keep building these damn apartments. All this freaking construction for an apartment that y'all are going to charge $1,600 for that people already can't afford. Like their homeless population is crazy. Okay, crazy. And I mean, I don't blame them. Shoot, because we're all one paycheck away from ending up just like them people. Okay, me included. Also, with that being said as well, there are people in Austin, specifically, I had to make sure I said that word right. in the summertime that walk around butt booty naked. And I did not know this until one day I was riding, and this person was like, "Is that somebody naked walking down the street?" And I was like, "You're lying." And they're like, "No, somebody's literally walking around butt booty naked." And I'm like, "Oh my God." Don't get me wrong, it's hot enough to do that, okay? But me, I'm kind of shy about my parts, right? So I could just you had to have like immense amount of confidence to just want to walk around somewhere naked, right? Honestly, I don't know. Like I said, Austin is a very interesting place. It's a very interesting place to be in your 20s, right? Because you're already broke. Being here just makes you even more broke. And I will say, one thing that I do like about Austin is that they do have things for different people, right? But I feel like if you're not black, you're not going to thrive here. I would highly recommend either Dallas or Houston, shit, even San Antonio, before I recommend Austin. And the issue about Austin is they don't have like a black culture here. They don't have like any like black communities here. They mostly depend on like people who imitate black culture, but they don't have their own. Like, I feel like if you're not a white male, you're not going to thrive in Austin. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, it is what it is, honestly. That's why I just mostly say to myself, because I ain't got the time. Because, like I said, these people are weird. I don't really too much like weird people. So I just say to myself, and that's okay. I like what I like. Speaking of things that I like, I do like the fact that Austin does come with some benefits, right? Like transportation is a benefit, because like when I talk to my mom and she's like, "Oh, it's hard for her to get around." I'm like, "Baby, it can never be me." Okay, because not only do we have good transportation down here, we have delivery services that like last pretty much all night. And when I'm in Alabama and I'm like hungry at 3 o'clock in the morning, I can't DoorDash anything. And that be making me real mad, because it's like, dang, if I was in Austin. That's pretty much the only thing that I like about Austin, really, is that the transportation is good. I can't really knock it. The job market, it's okay. It's not like, oh my gosh. Like, if somebody asked me to, like, would I recommend somebody to move here, I'd be like, depends. Depends on what you like. Like, it just literally depends on the person. Because me personally, Austin is not like my forever home. I really want to move to Arizona. Like, when I think of places I really, really want to live, I don't know why Arizona is like the first place that I'm like, I would really want to move there. Arizona, maybe Tennessee. I want to be somewhere in the mountains. Like, I don't know why. And I mean, I know Arizona is not in the mountains, but it has mountain-esque vibes. It's more like a canyon in the canyons. But I wouldn't mind like moving to like Nevada or like Arizona, Phoenix to be specific. But yeah, those are the places that like I'm shooting for. Those would probably be the places I would like call like forever for me. Cause Alabama ain't it. Texas definitely ain't it. Like I said, I think the reason why I don't want to be in Texas forever is because, just like I said, the people, the environment. And to be fair, I've only lived in Austin, so I really can't speak for all of Texas. But from what I've seen, Texas ain't it for me, okay? And Alabama ain't it just because it's boring down there. Ain't nothing but sticks, trees, grass, and football. And I can say that. Can't nobody else say that, okay? I would never, ever let like somebody outside who's never like lived in Alabama say something like that. Because what we're not gonna do is we're not gonna do that. Okay, I'm representing. Okay, for sure. And with all of that tangent and all of that talking being said, it's time for me to wrap her on up again. Thank you so much for coming back and listening to me rant all over again. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And with that being said, until next time, thanks for hearing me out.